Hello, everyone. Welcome to my show. Autumn is here. I hope you're having a good day today. There's a lot of talk about caregiving in the Senate, in the state, and assembly. There's a lot of talk about caregiving, and rightfully so. Caregiving is something that is affect everyone in some point in time, and it is growing. There are 63 million people who are caring for a loved one in their household in the United States, and 59% of them are caring for aging and adults. So that's a large number of people, and it's growing. It continues to grow, and that's why we need to pay attention to it, and that's why people are talking about it. In the federal government, they're talking about different things to get a tax credit and Tax Care Act and things like that. But it has not been decided as far as I've known now. So I want people to make sure that they understand that sometimes the federal government may take a long time to be able to honor these things. Well, your state, each and every one state has also proposed certain things for their individual state to do, where that may be able to go through. So I want people to know that they can go to their state and their state assembly person and their Senate and stuff like that and find out what it is, the benefits and the things that they can get for caregiving. There's so many people who are taking care of their families, and it's so many different things that they are dealing with each and every day. And sometimes it's also financial. And if it's financial, there might be some help for you. Please make sure you look into that, into wherever state you're from. Make sure you look into that, because caregiving is something where we call the invisible workforce. And we say that because caregivers are working. Some people don't think that they're working, but caregivers are working. And some people don't even know that they're caregivers. You know, a caregiver is someone who provides direct assistance to someone who is not able to take care of themselves fully. So there are a lot of people that are out there that don't realize that that's what they're doing. There are people that are caregivers. They are making sure that people continue to keep their independence and live a quality life. And if you're doing that, then you're a caregiver. And sometimes that may not resonate with people. There are so many different reasons why that might not resonate with people. And some of them is because, of course, you're going to take care of your family, your parent. It happens. When it happens, you're just going to jump in. You're going to take care of them. So that's part of it, where you don't feel like you're doing a job. Some people don't think because they're not doing the medical part of it, that they're not taking care. They're not a caregiver. They're not considered a caregiver because they're not doing medical part of it. They're not giving them medicines or injections or things like that. Some people think that, okay, well, all I'm doing is cleaning their house and going grocery shopping. You're still a caregiver. You're giving them care and you're helping them and assisting them in a way to continue their quality of life that they can no longer do. Some people think that because they don't live with their parent, they're not the caregiver. You still can be the caregiver. If you're responsible for the things that they do, if you're checking in on them, if you're making sure that their bills are paid, if you're making sure that they're safe in their home and things are set up, you're still a caregiver. There's so many things that constitute a caregiver, and people don't know it. And if you don't know it, you're not going to look for help. You're not going to realize there's help out there because you're not going to think of yourself as that person. So there's so many different ways you can be a caregiver and not even know it. So please, if any of these things resonates with you, or that you're just doing because you can do it. And sometimes people think that they're not caregivers because they can do it. I can assist my parent. I can, take them to doctor visits. I can go grocery shopping for them. I can clean a house. And right now, maybe you can do all of that. And if you can do all of that, you may not consider yourself a caregiver, but you are a caregiver. You may not need support now, but if it continues, you may need support. So make sure that you're recognizing that you're a caregiver, because you don't want to get overwhelmed. You don't want to get to that point where you're in crisis mode and you just grab at things and whatever's out there. You want to be able to know that, okay, I'm a caregiver and I may need some help at some time. So you look for the help now. See what's out there. You may not need it, but see what's out there. If there's any funds, any extra money for travel, for taking them to the doctor, if there's anything that they may have up there for meals, anything like that, check it out. See what's out there. Do not think that just because you can do it now, you can do it forever. Okay? That's why they call it the invisible workforce, because you're actually working. I know it doesn't feel like working sometimes when you're doing it. I know it doesn't seem like it's work because it's for a loved one or a family member or a friend. It may not seem like work, but yeah, it is. And then there's some caregivers that are the sandwich generation, which is a caregiver that takes care of an adult and also has to take care of children 18 and under. Now that's the sandwich generation, and 29% of the people that are caregivers are in the sandwich generation, and that's a lot. That's people that are in between and have stress from both places, trying to take care of an adult, trying to understand their medicines, trying to understand their doctor's appointments, trying to make schedules for them, make sure they're all right, and then trying to take care of your children and continuing to do the things that you're responsible for your children, whether they're 2 or 3 or whether they're 16, 17, you're still taking care of your children. So that's the sandwich generation, and that's a lot of stress on people who are doing that. So it's amazing that there's so many people that are doing that. But when you find out that you're in that situation, you know, there is support out there for you. But one of the things that you should do is not just let your children see you doing it, but explain to them what's happening. Explain to them that, you know, you're going to have to take some attention from them and give it to your adult parents, or you're going to have to split the things that you're doing with your spouse, or they're going to have to step up a little bit and maybe have to help you out. You have to talk to them. Sometimes we assume the kids see what we're doing. They know that we're doing this. You know, I'm taking care of grandma. You know, I'm taking care of grandpa. I can't do this. No, talk to them, explain the situation, because they may be able to help you, one, and two, when you get older, they may recognize it and say, hey, I understand what's going on. My mom did it. My dad did it. I can do it too. You know what I mean? So make sure that if you're a part of the sandwich generation and you're taking care of your adult parent and you're also taking care of your children, make sure that you have the communication open, that they understand what's going on, and they may be able to help you or may be able to take on more responsibility themselves that will allow you to have some time to spend with your loved one. And also, it may allow you to have some time to continue doing some of the things that you do that make you happy, that you do that is part of your social way of life and things like that. So try not to take it on all yourself. It's a lot. It's a lot, especially if you're in that predicament. So please make sure you do that. Caregiving can disrupt your life. It can disrupt your life. It can disrupt your schedule. It can disrupt your free time, your privacy, different things like that. And that can be very frustrating. So you have to make sure that if you're doing that, and if you're a caregiver, that you still have time for yourself. Schedule that time for yourself. It is so important, because you don't want to get ill and you're in the middle of taking care of your family member. So make sure you do that. Make sure you are able to get support, call for support. Different agencies have support, and people around you. Do not isolate yourself, and do not exclude your family members. You know, make sure that you're able to reach out or have somebody to reach out to you. Tell somebody, listen, after a while, just call me, see if I'm all right. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. Sometimes with caregiving, we try to do it all ourselves and we do too much. So make sure that you don't overextend yourself and do too much. One of the reasons that we are in this state is that people are living longer. And because people are living longer, sometimes people don't have the money for long-term care. Long-term care is longer than you've thought about it before. You know, people are living longer. Also because there is also a lack of long-term care, you know, and also because there's illnesses. As you get older and you live longer, there are more things that you may not be able to do, more things that may be uh, not working well, you know, in your body or whatever is happening. And that's something where it's like you're going to need more care for a longer period of time. So we have to take this seriously. And part of that is planning. Part of that is planning and talking about it. We need to talk about it. You know, I don't care if you're a teenager, talk about it. Ask your parents, talk about it. Please bring it up when you're together with your family at family events or something like that. And everybody's just sitting together after dinner. Sometimes, you know, that time after Thanksgiving, everybody's sitting in the living room, they're having a drink or whatever they're doing, and bring it up. Bring it up with your family members. What's going to happen? What's going to happen when mom and pop, you can't cook Thanksgiving dinner or, you know, can't get around as well? You know, let's think about that. What is the situation? Because, you know, 9 times out of 10, it's going to affect you in some way. It's going to affect every family in some way. We just don't know how and when, but we know that it will affect us, and we may have to make decisions for people. And that's why you want to talk about it, because making decisions for other people is very difficult. Being an advocate for someone's life is very difficult and very, very important, and something that it's hard to do because you want to do well. And you may not know how to really handle their situation because you never talk to them. You never ask them if they get into a position where they can't talk or something happens and you have to make decisions for them. It's pretty heavy on the person emotionally. So make sure that you kind of have that conversation with your brothers and sisters, your dad, your mom, your grandfather, your grandmother. Make sure you have that conversation with them, and make sure you're able to be open with it. You know, be open to suggestions. You know, I know some people, it's hard, and family members, they're closer to other family members and they want to be the one. But sometimes you have to be open to suggestions from other people. It's very helpful, you know, especially when you're not in the situation yet. It is better to talk about it now when you're not in the situation yet. There's no panic on it. And this way people can see clearly and think about ideas, and then you can come back together and talk about it and think about what this person said, what that person said, and think about it and talk about it. You know, so it's better to do it that way. But it's something that's very important that's happening all over the United States. It's only going to grow. I think in 2030, they said we're going to have more older adults than we have younger people for the first time, you know, in 2030. Isn't that something? So it's really something that's growing, you know, and it doesn't matter who you are, if you're male, female, or if you're from a different ethnic group, it doesn't matter. It touches everyone's family. And we just want you to understand that, yes, if you are caring for someone and helping them directly, helping them and assisting them in the things that they can no longer take care of themselves, whatever it is, you are a caregiver. You are part of the invisible workforce. And we don't want you to be invisible. This shirt says, "Caregivers, you're not invisible. We see you." I don't know if you can see that. Autumn is here. And because we don't want people to feel isolated and that they're invisible. You're not invisible. This is something real. But sometimes we just overlook things. And if we overlook things, no one's going to reach out. They don't feel comfortable reaching out. You know, people feel like an odd person. You know, sometimes people don't even know what you're going through. You know, if your person looks good and is together, and nobody knows what you're going through. So sometimes it's an invisible feeling, a very lonely feeling, a very scary and frustrating feeling. So we just want to make sure that caregivers know that they're not invisible. We see them. There's help out here for you. There is other people out here that's going through it. Get to a caregiving group. That helps so much. I don't care if it's 2, 3, 4 people. It doesn't have to be 20 people. You know, one of the things is to make sure that your community people, whoever your community people is, your community advocate, they know about this. Talk this up. When you go to meetings, when you go to rallies, when you ask questions of your legislation, talk this up, because this is something that is real. And if you're working, yes, you should be getting paid sometimes. There might be a way that you can get paid. So, yeah, because you might have to take over someone else's bills. You might have to take over someone else's responsibilities. And you may be able to do it, but you may not. And if you don't have to do it and that you can get money in that will help you, that's great. So make sure you look into that and you look into different things out there. They're out there for you to look into. If you're a caregiver, remember you're not alone. Uh, Remember that it's nothing that you did. It's nothing that the person did. It's just a part of life. We get older, we need help. And one day, if you're a caregiver, you may need help. So make sure that you share this with other people. Also, make sure that you try very, very hard to try to just live a little healthier, move a little more. If you are a caregiver for someone that's older adult, make sure they're still moving and they're still getting out there, because that keeps their body moving, and it helps with their health. Make sure that if you're just getting older and you're not, things are different and things are changing around you, don't get in a mindset that you have no value or that you can't do something. You can do something, whatever you want to do. There are adult daycare centers that allow you to continue to do creative things, that continue to keep you thinking and keep you in the social connection with people, that teach dance, that teach art, different things like that. So if you are aging and you're feeling like you're falling into a slump, don't do it. Don't do it. Go onto a group. Churches have groups. Different cities and different states have different organizations, and they'll have places for you to go, at least in the daytime. So this way you can have some kind of interaction with people. Keep having interaction with people. Make sure you continue to do that for yourself, and that'll help you to maintain your independence. And that's what we want to do. We want to maintain our independence as long as possible. There might come a time when you can't, but as long as you can, continue to try to do that. So my question to you today is, are you a caregiver? Do you recognize that you're a caregiver? And if so, there's nothing wrong with it, but have you reached out for help? Whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's community, whether it's legislation, whether it's organizations, whatever it is, have you reached out for help, or are you trying to do it alone? Don't do it alone. Okay? You're not invisible. We see you. There are so many people out there that are doing just what you're doing, or just trying to navigate it. That's trying to navigate it. And sometimes you need help from someone who's already gone through it to navigate it. And if you don't have anybody in your area that is going through it, then reach out to organizations and different aging departments and agencies and different things like that, and just say, I need help, or I don't understand something. How should I do this? Tell them that you need support. It's okay. You're not alone. And we don't want you to be alone. All right, that's my show. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. And just think about it. Are you a caregiver, or will you be a caregiver at some time? Autumn is here.